Hi everybody. I wanted to show you a journal I made in honor of my grandmother who passed away a few years ago. She was a very talented gardener, a talented seamstress, and she loved her Bible. Everything I put in here is a reminder of what she meant to me. Okay? Here's two different hearts. I made these with silicone molds. Blue was her favorite color, light blue. She loved roses. And even though she was in her 90s when she died, it still felt like time flew by too fast. So I have the clock with the wings. The binding and the book cover in the back is made from chipboard. Inside, this side, I made a tuck pocket. I haven't totally personalized it yet because it's one of those things where I want to get all the stuff together that I have that reminds me of her, so I can choose how to go about finishing it. Right. She also liked lavender. That was another one of her favorite colors. I'll put a tuck spot here. And here's another tuck spot. The paper I got was from, it's called Old Country Springtime from Paper Studios. Very beautiful. And just some decorations. She loved lace. This one I used one of my molds. It's a fairy princess holding a scepter because I always thought she was magical. She could always fix everything. And then I'd lift this up. Let me move this down so you can see that. It says hello there, and a little arrow that points down to here. This little clock thing says, preserve your memories, keep them well. What you forget, you can never retell. And then there's some Bible verses in there. And then this one flips down. It says, moment by moment, we create life. We create our life's adventures. So that's that one. Then I put a brick die there and just little tuck spots for flowers, whoops, butterflies, things like that. I have a paper punch that I made vines with on both sides, and then the brick wall behind it, also lined with lace. Here's another tuck spot in an envelope. It's a tag. You can see that very well. And then over here, it's my favorite moment. Half a doily. Like I said, this hasn't been completely personalized yet, but this is the first one I put so much of my heart into. I've got a belly band right here. Another tuck spot with an envelope. This one says, the Lord is my shepherd. Here's a tuck spot. And off to the side, there's another side pocket, so that can go right in there as well. And a lace butterfly. See, I love that light green with the glitter. I've got a little arrow and a half a circle punch popped out, so you'd know to open it this way. Let's see. Yeah. Just a couple more pages to doodle and to add some photos to. And again, with the lace. This page is about Home Sweet Home, our castle, first home. Because her and my father were the strength in my life growing up. She was basically my grandmother and my mother at the same time. So this reminded me of every time we went to her house, it was always home sweet home. I was visiting elsewhere. There's another little piece of graphics I put up. Another page. She was a beautiful seamstress. She used to sew the headliners and visors for what company was it, Dad? Chrysler or Ford? Okay, well, it was for one of the car companies back in the 50s? 50s and 60s. Yeah. And she used to make my clothes for me when I was little. Some of them I didn't like, I hate to say, but, you know, orange, brown, and green plaid on your first grade picture days did not make for many friends. But she tried. She used what she had, and she tried to do good by me. And right here, I did little flip-up pages, you know, so we can put separate memories, or memories and photos that corresponded with each other, like that. I just glued one of my die cuts there. Same here, we've got more lace. And she loved her flowers so much, so I put different graphics that had different kind of flowers in it. She loved her Bible. So we had an old Bible that I coffee dyed, tore it out and decoupaged this page. And I know I've got a picture of her drinking a cup of coffee somewhere. So that's going to go there. And on this side there's another pocket right in here. This one says Dreams. More blue. That was one of her favorite colors. And I had some scrap pieces left over that I wanted to add and incorporate. And this one says Love the World. This one says Peace. And Amazing. Another page with a flip out. Let's start over here. Another one of my die cuts in a different paper. Some pearls. Little arrow. Here's another tuck spot. Here like that. She was always so prim and so proper and very refined. So I thought that one die cut would work for her perfectly. And then right here we've got some more blessings, and I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. As for me and my family, we will serve the Lord. And she made sure that all of her children and her grandchildren went to church, knew about God, and she taught about God to her family. And there is nobody on this earth that could ever replace her, and I cannot wait to meet her when we all get to heaven. Here's another flower garden. I just put the whole page in roses, and then I stamped some hydrangeas at the bottom. But she had a flower garden that people would come from miles and miles around just to look at her flowers in her garden. She was in a little town called Warren, Michigan, and then, well, Ferndale, Michigan first, and then in Warren, Michigan. And people they would drive for miles just to see my grandmother's garden. There's another page. And another page. The Eiffel Tower. And then on the last page, did some more Bible pages, but I also did some vintage ephemera from an old shopping bag. And there's also a couple more tags in here with the flowers. And then the back. Now, I covered the back, put a little gesso on it to kind of tone it down a little. But I covered the back and the front, as you can see, in a vintage shopping bag to make it look old and vintagey. But I wanted to share this with you because it made me think of, even though I had all the time that I had with my grandmother, it still wasn't enough. I miss her deeply every single day. I wish I could call her up and talk about stories of when I was a kid and she used to laugh so hard. But when I finally get this all put together, I think it will be a great comfort and a great reminder of what a wonderful woman she was and how much she meant to me. So thank you for sharing my nostalgia, my memories, and my craft project. Remember always to find humor in life, no matter what happens, no matter where you go, no matter what you go through. Thanks, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.